Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to see so many of you already online with me today. If you are new to my channel and you're new to the live stream, if you've been out there lurking around, I'd love for you to say hello and tell everybody where you're from so we can greet you properly and welcome you to this most welcoming community. So I'm glad to see all of my regulars out there, Nancy, Becca, Cece, Joni, Sue. I feel like I'm in an episode of, what was that, Romper Room? Do you remember that? Oh my gosh. Anyway, let me tell you guys, it has been freezing here. Earlier this week, we were in the negatives all week. Yesterday, we finally broke zero. So it's going to be a warmer weekend. We might still get more snow, but finally the cold snap has broken here. We were even running a few rolling blackouts to support all of our fellow coldies down in Texas. Oh my gosh, all of my friends down in Texas that have been doing without power. I've been thinking about you a lot. My husband and I lived in Texas for a few years, and it was an interesting experience having grown up in the Midwest to go through any kind of snow or ice or cold weather. They're just not prepared for it down there. So I feel for all of you. I hope if your power hasn't come on yet, that it comes on soon and that they're able to fix any issues with the power grid and make it better for you in the future, because that is just not okay. Anyway, oh my goodness. I am not too young to remember Romper Room. I grew up on Romper Room. I remember watching that all the time when I was little. And yeah, Romper Bomper Stomper Do. That might not be right, but whatever. Anyway, so guys, I am exhausted today. It has been a slog of a week. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I'm glad to be here with you. And we're going to have some real fun with this month's Stamp Focus stamp set. As you know, we're working our way through all sorts of different ideas using Altenew's Positive Vibes. So today is our third week with that. Next week will be our last and final week with that. And of course, next Wednesday, we do have the private virtual workshop, which is where we get to see each other face to face and actually chat with each other and craft for about 2 hours. So if you are interested in that, there is a link down in the description about the virtual private workshop. If you do not have this stamp set, that is okay. You can come with another similarly sized stamp set. It will work. The techniques we're going to do have to do with some of the layers though. So it's preferable if it's like a layering flower stamp set. That would be great. Anyway, the information is all there. Let's see what else. Let me pop over to some announcements, shall I? Okay, so if you're going to participate in the live virtual workshop, now's probably your last chance to get the stamp set, to get it in your hands in time. And I'm closing registrations on like Monday, so you'll definitely want to make sure that you're registered for it. Of course, the Sketch Starter Challenge is live, and that goes through February 24th, as does the virtual workshop giveaway for March. That goes through February 24th. Both of those close on Wednesday evening, and I will announce the winners here next Thursday. So if you want to get in on the March virtual private workshop, check out the giveaway. You could win a free seat to the workshop plus the stamp set, or just a free seat to the workshop. I'm giving away 2 gifts there. And share. The more you share, the more you like, the more chances you have to win. So that is what that's all about. And of course, as always, thank you for supporting this channel and supporting me by using my affiliate links when you shop. I'm going to talk about that more in a minute, because I know there's been some question about how they work, and I'm going to show you that real quick. We're not going to go into anything deep on that, but if you have any questions, you can always leave a comment below, or you can email me, or leave a comment over on my blog, and I'd be happy to help you out with any questions you might have. So glad to see everyone having joined here. Okay, so last week, and I'm going to keep doing this because this was so much fun. Okay, so as we're doing our projects each week, if you are inspired to recreate it, I want you to recreate it and post it on social media and tag me at Pixel Mavens Retreat, or you can do hashtag Pixel Mavens Retreat. So let me just type those in there so you know. I can't type and talk at the same time. Okay, so if you use either of those on social media, I'll be able to find your post. Okay, and what I want you to do is recreate the project, snap a picture of it, and post it on an open social media channel. So you can't like post it on your private Facebook feed, because if we're not friends, like I'm not going to see it. So like if you post it on Stamp Junkies, or like if it's an Altenew thing and you post it on the Altenew fan group, or if you post it on any other public group, or if you post it on your Instagram and your Instagram is open, then I can find it there. If you post it on Pinterest, I can find it there too. So 3 great places for you to share. So every week I'm going to do this giveaway because it's so easy. If you guys post something, the first person to post a project that was inspired by today's project, even if it's a case, that's even better, because it's just kind of showing off that you learn the technique right alongside me. So if it's either that or inspired by today's project and you're the first person, I will send you the card that I made in this class. So, and it doesn't matter where you live, I will send it international. You will get my version of it, and you'll have yours. Okay, so let me show you the entries from last week, because this was so awesome. Okay, so I was so excited because Ann Taylor, yay, you are the winner. You were the first person to post your project, and you actually posted this on the day of the class. So last Thursday was the 11th, and you posted this on the 11th. I was floored. Look at this great job that Ann did. I mean, it is spectacular. It is spot on, perfect, exactly what we did in class. I think it looks fabulous. And I love all of the little sprinkles that you put inside of your shaker card. Absolutely gorgeous. Awesome, awesome job. Okay, so then some of the other entries that we had. Let's see, this is from Penny. And Penny, I think you're joining us from Australia, right? Oh my gosh, fabulous work. So this was from our first episode a couple weeks ago. And gorgeous coloring. I absolutely loved it. And then she also posted this one, which was her take on the shaker card, which I think turned out absolutely stunning. Gorgeous, fabulous work. Your blending is beautiful, and your stamp layering turned out spectacular. I can't tell from the picture, but it looks like you might have done the black heat embossing, which looks fantastic as well. All right, and then we had Joni. Here is Joni's shaker card. Again, just a gorgeous work of art. I love the way that you placed all of your sequins up here in the corner in a little triangle like we always talk about. Beautiful work. And look at this label job. I mean, everyone complains about the Label Love stamp set, but you did a spectacular, oh, you know what? You can't really see that. How do I make that so you can see it a little better? Ooh, there we go. Look at that. It is absolutely perfect. You stamped this excellent. Fantastic. Okay, and then Cece was inspired by our work, and she did her own shaker card. And I love your words, Cece. Thanks for the kick in the ass. I'll kick you in the ass anytime if it gets you to craft. So fantastic work. It is absolutely stunning. And this was one of the first stamp sets that we did. This was the Build-A-Flower Begonia. So fantastic. And I love the sprinkles you have in there too. That's really nice. There we go. Awesome. So there you go, guys. Some really great stuff. So Anne, I think I have your address, but if I don't, I will. I have your email address for sure. So I will reach out to you and ask for your mailing address if I need it. All right. So one other thing I wanted to share with you guys was just 2 seconds about affiliate links. And here's something about affiliate links that I think, I don't know if you know how widespread they're used. So a lot of bloggers that are doing blogging like I do and have Facebook pages and YouTube channels and things like that, a lot of us are affiliates. And what does that mean? That means that we get a small commission from the companies that we use and we promote their products. Okay, so this was from our most recent Altenew release, and I'm an affiliate for Altenew. And every time I do a post that has affiliate links, it always says this, that affiliate links are used in the post. And this is honest truth. When you click on them and make a purchase, I might receive a small commission at no additional cost to you. Okay. And so anytime that you see someone's blog that has a little setup like this, it's most likely affiliate links. And the way that you can tell, and I need to shore up this little window a little bit here. so you can see it. Okay, so now if I hover over the little Altenew here, oh, you can't see it. Down in the left-hand corner, it's going to show like a link, and the link says Link Deli. Okay, so this is or you see this here, the Powered by Link Deli. That means that they're probably using these as affiliate links, not just as an easy way to post products. And so when you click on this, it sets what's called a cookie, and that cookie says that you're shopping because I referred you to Altenew. All right. But if you go over to the next person in the hop, like if you were then to go over to like Vicky's or whoever was next in the hop after me, and then you clicked on one of their links, all of a sudden the cookie would change. It would be like your computer ate the cookie, and there's another cookie waiting for it, which is the next designer. So whoever you click on last, that's the person that's going to get the commission. And that's the easiest way to explain it. There's some other little nuances about how it works, but that is kind of the basic on how affiliate links work. So these here are also affiliate links. And so again, when you look down in the corner, you might see something that says share a sale or SHRSL. It's a shortened version of it. If it's not saying like altenew.com, then it's probably an affiliate link. So just wanted to let you guys know that that's how it works. So if I click on, Sweet Friend Dye, you see how it says share a sale there? Oh, you missed it. Well, it says, oh, you know why? Because I'm not showing that part of it. But anyway, so it takes you to the Altenew. But then if I go over to, let's see, who's next in line on my hop here? Let's go to Dana's page. Yeah, so Penny, that's the thing about affiliate sales is we don't get told who's used the link. We just get told that there is a sale, and how much the sale was for and what our commission is from the sale. So it never gives us personal information about the person that has used our links. So that's why we can't ever really send you thank you notes or any kind of incentives or anything like that, because we don't know who you are. It's completely anonymous. So like this is, this is the next person in the hop. This is Dana. She does amazing work. I mean, look at how beautiful that is. She's doing this for Hero Arts today. Let me see if I can find a link of hers. Okay, so here's Dana's links, and see the Link Deli thing here. And then these are going to take her to Hero Arts. Okay, let me find. So if I clicked on any of those and I bought something at Hero Arts or at Honeybee Stamps, I would be giving Dana my commissions. All right, but if I was going to, oh, here's her Altenew hop. All right, so if she doesn't have any links. Maybe she's not an affiliate. She might not be an affiliate with Altenew. That could be very possible. But if she had links to Altenew and I clicked on them, then I would be shopping then with Dana instead of with me. Now, as an affiliate, I'm not allowed to use my own links. So I don't get to pad my sales like that. Let's see. Where on my website is best to get my affiliate links? Anywhere. So basically every time I link to a store, it's an affiliate link. And yes, that is a great observation, Becca. At the bottom of every page, I have the I shop at, and a lot of affiliates do these as well. These are all affiliate links. Okay, so you can click on those. You can also click on the things in my sidebar, which I'm working on in making some improvements to my site so you can get to these a little more easily. But this one will take you to Altenew. This one will take you to a cherry on top. Oh, I know, Teresa. It wouldn't be fair, though, I don't think, because, sometimes I put in some pretty big orders and, is it fair that it would be like giving myself my own discount. It's kind of weird. But what I can do is I shop with other crafters. So I make sure that they get the commission, and that really helps out with them as well. And then, so one other place that you can find them is my current crafty sales. Information that I post on this page. These will also, and I'm working on building this one out. These are also links with affiliates. So basically I try to be really good about posting my affiliate links because I want you to use them. And is that you know, is it kind of weird? Sometimes it's kind of weird to me to say, hey, use my affiliate links because then I'm going to get a commission. But what I do with that money, I use that money to make improvements for my videos. So like the video camera that I have up here and the new computer, I use some of my affiliate money to offset the cost of that. And that gives me an opportunity to make better videos for you and better content. I mean, the microphone, it makes everything sound better. So, I use those kinds of things, that affiliate money to make improvements for you. And then, all of this content is free. Everything on my YouTube channel is free. Everything on my blog, the blog posts and that information that I'm providing you is free. So it's just like a way to offset the time and effort that it takes for me to create that content in a way that doesn't affect you guys directly. Like, it's not like you're going to Altenew and you're paying extra because you're using my affiliate links. It's the same price whether you use the links or not. So use the links, share the love, spread that love to all of the crafters that you really enjoy their content. So, use my links one day, and then the next time you make a purchase, go to another crafter that you love and use their links. So just spread the love. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share with you today about affiliate links. And I'm glad that you guys appreciated that information. Okay. Butterfly Spirit. I don't remember your name. If you could share it, that would be awesome. You were inspired and you finally completed 5 birthday cards. That's pretty good. Yes. Did you share them on social media? Because I'd love to see them. Let's see. What other comments do you guys have? Yes. So Nancy, if you just want to buy from Altenew, even though it doesn't apply to the hop, yes, you can still use those links. So anytime you want to make a purchase at Altenew or the Stamp Market or Cat Scrappiness or Concord and Ninth or Hero Arts or scrapbook.com, yeah, you just click on the link and it'll set that cookie, and that's who you'll be shopping with. So it doesn't matter if you're going to purchase that particular item you clicked on or not. It's set the cookie for your entire visit. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, Paula, I was looking at Bumbleberry and they don't have an affiliate program. So I think, sometimes it might have to do with overseas and that kind of thing. So I'm not sure like how that all works. Because I know, like, even as an Amazon affiliate, if you want to be an Amazon affiliate for like amazon.co.uk, you have to apply separately as an American to do that. So you have to, like, otherwise you're just like amazon.com. So there might just be some sticky things in the way there that make it difficult for UK stockists to allow US folks to be affiliates, or for them to use a system like Share a Sale that allows us to kind of mush all of our affiliate programs into one place. Anyway. All right. Donna, thank you so much for letting us know your name. You were here before and I couldn't remember your name, so thank you so much. Okay. Excellent. I will have to check out your YouTube channel and see what projects you made. Excellent. Okay. So hey, let's get to the crafting, right? All right. So guess what? I made some improvements. Shocker. And I have nowhere to put my keyboard right now. So there it was. The mystery is gone. Okay, let's check out. I am so excited about this card, guys. Here is our card for today. Is this not gorgeous? It is beautiful. I'm going to show you guys how to do bokeh, which is that, the white effect. I mean, it's been around for a while, but if you haven't seen it lately or you don't know how to do it, this is a super, super, super easy way to get this gorgeous look. You're going to love it. Okay. These guys are not die cut. They're actually stamped and masked. So we're going to do some stamping, some masking, and some blending together on that. And these are kind of along the lines of the colors that I've been using all month, like with the ruby red and the sun-kissed and that kind of thing. But I'm using these guys today. So I'm mixing companies, right? So VersaFine Claire in, oh my gosh, excuse me, lunch. That's terrible. Okay, so VersaFine Claire in Tulip Red. It is a gorgeous shade of orangish red. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so that is going to be our stamp image here. And then for my blending, I'm going to use Candied Apple. spiced marmalade, and abandoned coral. So actually it's going to go in this order. Candied apple, abandoned coral, spiced marmalade. And then for the bokeh effect, I'm going to use spun sugar. All right. That's it. And then, of course, we've got our flower image here. The Hooray comes from Pink Fresh Studios. I love this set. Let me pull out the packaging here so you can see it. All right, all of these awesome sentiments that have the shadows in the back, which is really great. And it is called Classic Words Die Set. All right, and it's, you know, it's really nice because like the happy and the birthday end up being 2 words. So if you don't want to do them together like this, you can just omit the background and just use the slimmer die cut, and that works really nice. Same thing with the thank you. You can just use the slimmer die cuts and best wishes. So this is a really nice, versatile word set. All right, so let's get started with some crafting. Yeah, Teresa, it is an awesome set. Okay, yeah, guys, I thought, hey, let's start doing some product mixing instead of just doing Altenew stuff. So I wanted to show you how some of this works together. Okay, so slimline card, right? 3.5 by 8.5. All right. So my piece here is 3 inches by 8 inches. So we're going to get about a 1/4 inch reveal all the way around. And do you see all the sequins I put on there? I wanted it to be completely festive, so I went for more than just the 3. We're going to go crazy with the sequins. All right. So I need to put this in my larger Misty, the original size Misty, because it's longer than the mini Misty will allow. Okay, I have a cat hair in here that needs to go. Let's stamp this on here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is some stamping and some masking. So I have already pre-cut 3 masks with the Positive Vibes die. Okay, so what this is going to get me is a mask with that little white outline around it, and that's okay. If you wanted a mask that was just going to cut right up to the line, you would have to stamp this and then die cut it, or stamp it and then fussy cut it instead of die cut it, okay? So, Anne is on the case again. She wants to win another card, I can tell. Okay, so for my colors, Anne, I'm using VersaFine Clear and Tulip Red. If you don't have this, you can use any shade of a reddish orange, okay? And then my distress colors, Spiced Marmalade, Abandoned Coral, Candied Apple, and Spun Sugar. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to get this beautiful floral to trail all the way up or down, if you will, the side of the card. In order to get that look, though, we have to start from the bottom, so that way you kind of get like a full one at the bottom, and then we're just going to mask as we go, okay? So the first thing I'm doing is making sure that where the end of this flower is actually off the end of the page. All right, so that way you get like a nice cutoff as if it's just trailing down. All right, so, and you see like it's coming off the page. I want to make it look kind of like it's just trailing off there. All right, spun, you don't have spun sugar. Yes, you could use a white pigment. You could use another light pink. I bet you even, what's the lavender color? I can't think of it. That would work really well too. All right, so there we go. My first flower set here. Now, why am I using VersaFine Clear and not a dye ink? I'm using VersaFine Clear because it really does give me this beautiful, sharp image. You know, sometimes a dye ink will bleed just a hair, but I really wanted a nice, crisp image, so I thought I would go for my Clairs. And besides, I have them. Why not use them? All right. Okay, so I have 3 masks cut out. Now, 2 of them are cut out using the Masking Magic by Gina K. And this one here is cut out using the new Altenew masking tape. So I'm going to start off with the Gina K ones. To date, the Gina K Masking Magic is what I prefer. But we're going to try something with the Altenew stuff to see if that makes me like it any better. Okay. So the thing that I like about the Gina K is that it is nice and thin. And it is tacky enough to stay down, but not so tacky that you're like pulling up cardstock or not able to like reposition it. Like, see, I'm not quite happy where it is. See how easy that came up? And this, I think, is a really important factor with masking paper. All right. So, because like, you know, you don't always get it in the right place the first time, but you want it to be able to come up easy enough, but you also want it to be able to stay stuck when you're doing things like ink blending over it, right? Okay, so I've got my first one masked off here. Now I'm going to bring in my flower again, and I want it to kind of extend out. So this is how we're going to create variation in our flowers. If I just did this, it would look very cookie cutter, right? If I had them all kind of going the same direction. So if I twist this out a little bit, then all of a sudden it looks different. A very keen eye might say, oh, that's the same stamp. Someone who's just looking at it as a recipient or as someone who's admiring it on someone's mantle might not notice that at all. All right. So there you go, second one. And I am just kind of wiping this off of my mat here just to keep the mess down. Yeah, antique linen might work. Okay, so another Gina K. Nails really help with this because you got to get in between the two pieces. See, she does have a break in hers, but it's not always in a convenient place. So, you know. All right, so second one down. I'm going to do, actually going to do this 4 times. And so now I don't even have to put ink across the whole thing because I know that a lot of it's going to be covered up. All right, so this is the Altenew masking paper, and I like it that it is a very thin masking paper. What I don't like about it so far is that it is a very sticky masking paper. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. So it seems to me that it is got just a little bit more tack than the Gina K. So what I'm going to do is I've got jeans on, or you could just put it on your shirt real quick, just to get a little bit of tack off of it. All right, and that actually seems better. Just don't get any cat fuzz on it, right? All right, and don't rip it like I just did. So let's see if this works better this way. So what I've noticed with the Altenew is that it is so sticky that it, A, it likes to rip apart, and B, it likes to kind of stay behind on the paper. And that's kind of scary. Like, you've put in all this effort with the masking and everything. You want to be able to take your mask off and not have to worry about ripping the paper underneath or losing the image underneath, things like that. Okay, so we'll give that a try. Okay, so last layer here, I want it to go off the top. Let's do that. And see what happens. There we go. Okay, so actually, I'm just realizing I need a fifth mask, really. So I'm going to use this, the back side of this Altenew one, because I need something to cover it while I am blending. So the nice thing about the Altenew is that the opposite side here, this is actually a matte paper, so you can put a temporary dot adhesive on it and use it as another mask. So there, that'll be good enough. All right, so again, if you don't have masking paper, you can use Post-its, you can use typing paper. The thinner the better though, because you want to be able to, when you're stamping, you don't want to get those breaks in between your stamped images, right? Okay, so this whole thing is now covered up with masks, so we can do our ink blending. So it's important to remember to keep your masks in place. Don't go ripping them off yet, because you're just gonna have to put them right back on. All right, so I have ink blenders and I have a sponge dauber. Okay, so I have one for each color. And let me just show you real quick here. The handles are the same. These are the Ranger handles. These are the scrapbook.com handles. Hey, look, they're like basically the same, different color, same concept. They, so the tops of them are interchangeable, the little foams. These foams, the flat ones, see, are from Ranger. The rounded ones are from scrapbook.com, and the foam is different on the scrapbook.com ones than on the Ranger ones. So I only use, and this is crazy, I only use these round ones, the rounded ones, for my Distress Oxides because they don't squeak. If I use these rounded ones with a like a dye ink, they squeak when I do my blending. So even though I kind of prefer the rounded ones, I don't like the squeaking sound that it makes when it goes across the paper with a dye ink. So I use the flat ones usually for dye inks and the rounded ones for my distresses. Okay, so I'm starting with Candied Apple. All right, let me pop that up here so you can see that. All right, and I'm going for like full-on color. You might even, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it though, but this has still even kind of a little bit of a squeaky sound. Kind of a chalkboard nails situation. Not my favorite sound in the world. Okay, so look how easy that is. Just get that in place. So far, so good. All right, so going right into the next color. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Abandoned Coral. Abandoned Coral doesn't fall too far away from Candied Apple when it's all said and done. But it is a really nice intermediate if you're trying to get into an orange. All right. So there is just the littlest, tiniest shade difference here. I go over that little spot. It's gone. It's a beautiful blend. When it dries, you're going to be able to see a little bit of a change in color. Okay, right now it kind of almost looks exactly the same, doesn't it? All right, so our third color, Spiced Marmalade, one of my favorites. All right, so eventually I'm going to replace it. See how it's like shrinking a little bit? I will replace that, most likely with one of the round ones. All right, so this is a bigger color difference between these two. One thing to note, if your flower image leaves a gap on the left-hand side here, make sure you're getting your blending over to the left side, because when I pull the masking paper off, you're going to see a little blip of orange there, and that's a good thing. All right. Sometimes it's easier to just turn it over. All right, so for this blend, going with thick, rich, vibrant colors. All right, so now I have this line in between the two here. I'm going to actually grab the Abandoned Coral, because look at what I've got going on here. The Abandoned Coral is about this big right now because the orange has crept into it. So what I'm going to do is, instead of moving the orange more into the coral to blend it, I'm going to move the coral down into the orange to blend it. All right, and then if I feel like I've gone a little bit too far again, I can just come back and blend out that line. And there we go. All right, guys, this is a really stunning color blend. So Candied Apple, Abandoned Coral, Spiced Marmalade. This is a great beginner blend. If you are looking for something to get started with ink blending, these three colors really work well together. And as you can see, now that it's starting to dry, that coral is really starting to pop, right? Okay, so open up my spot here real quick because we're going to do some bokeh now. All right, so I chose spun sugar over a white because I wanted more of a subtleness to it. I didn't want it to be too bright, but you could definitely use a white if you wanted to. So you see what I've got going on here, just a little bit of discoloration because when I start blending this, it's going to get a little orange, a little pink, a little red from using, because it's still a little wet. Okay, so I'm going to load this up pretty good. And I'm just going to make little twisting motions. All right, so a little twist. And now we have a little circle there. A little twist, twist, twist. They can overlap each other a little bit. You want to, nope, not even using a stencil, Sue, just using the blending brush stencil. Who needs a stencil for bokeh? We can do it without. All right, so you just want to make them kind of random. You also want to make sure that you still have some of that original color coming through. All right, so I feel like I need like another one down here. Maybe just a little one in the corner there. All right, so do you see that? Those are your big bokeh dots. Fabulous, right? Okay, so now then I will take my little one, load it up. So this is why even if you have blending brushes, you still want blending foams. They give you a different, it gives you a different look. So when I'm using these, I'm going to get a tighter concentration of color and that smaller circle. And I'm doing that same kind of twisting motion to get the white on there. This is kind of the same thing that you, when we're creating backgrounds that you're using stamps for, you don't want them all to be directly on the page. So you see right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are on the paper. I definitely want like one over here that's half on, half off. We want this to look like it's a piece of paper that you have cut out of a pattern paper pack, that it goes on forever. It's not bound by the space. Yeah, you could, you definitely could create a stencil. And so, I've done that before in the past where I've taken a punch and punched them out and done that as a stencil. But here's the difference, I think, is that when you're using a sponge dauber like this, the line around the edge is a little softer versus if you were to use a stencil, you know how you can get a really hard line around that. So I think the softer lines make it look like a more natural bokeh. All right, I can even, so now I'm just doing like a little dab to make some little lighter circles. That's it. Yeah, totally faint polka dots in a random pattern. And there you go. I have nothing else to say. That's the technique. There is nothing more to it. Okay, so clean this up again. Nothing fancy smancy, using what we have. Okay, so let me pop this guy off. Remember, this first one here was the reverse of the backing from my Altenew piece. So that's always a nice thing. Okay, so here comes the Altenew one. Now remember, I did put this on my shirt to make it less sticky, but see how it just really likes to, actually this is coming off better than it has in the past. I think the difference between the Altenew and the Gina K is that the Altenew is more paper-based, whereas the Gina K has a bit more of a vinyl-y feel to it. So when you pull off the Gina K ones, a lot of times you can reuse them if they don't like have too much ink on them like these do. Because there's just a little bit of a vinyl content maybe in them that keeps them more intact. See, I could reuse this if I wanted to. I might get a little transference, which is why I probably won't use it. But the Altenew ones are definitely just more of paper. Okay, so there you go. And there we have it, our beautiful side piece with all of those gorgeous flowers and our bouquet on the other side. Yes, I use the die for the masks. If I didn't want to have this little white border around the flowers, I would have had to stamp them and then fussy cut them. But you see all these like little itty bitty ins and outs and whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use the die because I'm not fussy cutting that. And I don't mind fussy cutting. All right. So that came together pretty quick. All right. Let's do our die. So like I said, I did the hooray. I was thinking it was kind of like a happy birthday kind of feeling or a congratulations feeling or something like that. Heck, this could even be like a great baby card if you wanted to. Yeah, you could scan and cut it too, for sure. But yeah. Okay, so we're doing hooray, and I've got a piece of white here. And I just brought over my little mini blossoms so that I didn't have to step out of the screen today. The background one is easy. There we go. And for this one, though, I'm going to grab my shim because it gets a little slim. Okay, so this cardstock is beautiful, isn't it? It is called Poppy. It's from Concord and Ninth. And it's gorgeous, and it looks really, really nice with the tulip red and then the candied apple. So I thought that would look really, really great. So on the back, I have some double-sided adhesive sheets. These are like a must-have if you're going to do little dies like this. So I have a little piece from an Altenew. I had my other one that the other one that I did on my sample card came off of this end, and I had a piece of Altenew on the back here. And then scrapbook.com also makes sheets. I like them both. I think they are both fantastic double-sided adhesive sheets. All right. Grab my... Okay, so this, I'm going to pop that on here, and then I'm going to put my shim on top. That helps it get good contact all the way through. Since it's such a thin die, and it's got to go through the adhesive sheet, I want to make sure that it goes all the way through. And I might just roll it back. All right, if you don't know this little guy, this is the Altenew Mini Blossom. It's got a 3-inch opening, and it's really nice for simple desktop work. I also like it because these plates never warp. They're fantastic. Okay, so I went backwards and forwards on that. And here it is. It may not have cut all the way through the backing on the adhesive sheet, but that's okay. It doesn't need to. We just need to make sure that the sentiment itself has come all the way out, and it has. So with these little holes, I like to just stick my finger on it and let them grab it. There we go. And then I can't get them off my fingers, but you know. Okay. So this is a really, I love this little sentiment. The word is so thin and the border around it is so thick. I love it. It's chunky. Oh yeah, Penny. So our weather in the US has been crazy. There's been really, really super cold weather, and like Texas even had snow, and they've been without power for days on end. There were tornadoes in the Carolinas. I mean, it's just been kind of a wacky week weather-wise here in the US. So please have patience to any of your US shippers. They might be running just a little behind. All right, so I've got my long cardstock here. And so this is kind of what the industry is deemed as a standard slimline. So it measures 3.5 by 8.5, which means when you're cutting this out, it's going to be 7 inches by 8.5 inches. And then you're scoring at 3.5. Okay. And then if you remember, I did cut this down. So this is 3 inches by 8 inches. We'll get a nice border around this. And just glue this bad boy up. All right, so when I'm dealing with big borders, actually dealing with any borders, and I'm putting my card on here, this is how I like to do it. I like to match up my 3 sides, 1, 2, 3, and make sure that I've got that even all the way around. And then I can go ahead and place it down, and it's most likely then going to be even at the bottom. All right. Using a liquid adhesive gives you time to move it around just a little bit if you need to scooch it one direction or another. And I've got just some temporary adhesive up there. There we go. And that's that. Let's see. I don't remember. Oh, I did. I'm going to pop this up. So instead of flat, we're going to use some adhesive foams. And I'm using these little ones because I can get them, they fit really nice on the letters here. These are still left over from my Stampin' Up stash, guys. So when I was a Stampin' Up demonstrator, a lot of times we would get little freebies and stuff from our uplines and whatever. I can't tell you like how many packs of adhesive foams I got as freebies. I'm like, I'll have them forever. I think this is one of my last packs. So they're nice. I like that they use up all of the space on the sheet. Like I had some that I got from another vendor that were circular, but they weren't smashed together. So there was like a lot of dead space in between. And then you just felt compelled to have to cut it all up and use it, right? So I tend to like ones that like this is all continuous. So I can use these all continuously, or I can use like if they're squares. Honestly, squares are just as nice. They don't have to be these little hexagon shapes. All right, so I'm going to do a little cattywampus here because that helps with the hooray, right? Okay. No, I won't do that again. All right, guys, so we can't have hooray. Where's the card? I lost it. Oh, there it is. It was smushed in between. You can't have hooray without sequins or enamel dots or something blingy. Oh my gosh. So this is the Catherine Pooler Cincinnati sequins mix. Let me grab a little tray for them. All right. I love these little guys. They're actually just water wells for watercoloring and stuff, but I use them for my sequins all the time. All right. So in the Cincinnati sequins pack are all sorts of yummy sequins. There are iridescents. There are these big purple ones. There's gorgeous blues and coppers. There's even some little seed beads in there. It is a veritable smorgasbord. It's gorgeous. Even the purple ones here, do you see that? They're like, they've got some iridescence on them. I mean, it's just fabulous. Okay. But I'm in search of all the clear ones, really. Okay, so instead of doing just 3, so I did relegate myself to just 3 of the purples. Excuse me. So we'll start with those. Actually, okay, yeah, we'll start with those. So if you're just going to do like 3, you want them to be kind of in a triangular pattern. This is a lot of real estate to cover, right? So, oh, self-sticking ones. Those are fabulous. Not everybody makes them, though. Okay, so today I'm using my On Point glue from Imagine Crafts. This is very similar to, I think they had something similar with Stampin' Up. I don't know if they still have it. This is very similar to Matte Medium from Ranger, except this dries clear and shiny. Of course, Matte Medium dries clear and matte. All right, so big 3 drops in a triangular pattern, right? I could stop there, but I thought we would just kind of go crazy with the sequence and add a whole bunch all over because it's very, I wanted it to be festive, and I kind of wanted these to help really bring the bouquet to life. So we'll grab another large one there. Sometimes I'm using my tweezers, sometimes they're just a pain in the butt. Sometimes I'm like using chopsticks and you're like, the dumpling will not go onto the chopstick. That's what it's like. And I have to say, so Sue, you said something about me not being old enough for Romper Room. I did just get my first prescription for readers. So there you have it, folks. I am OLD enough. All right, so I'm kind of matching up. In most cases, I'm matching up a large and a small together. But in some cases, I'm going to leave a large on its own. So you see, I haven't glued anything else down yet. That's because I want to make sure that I like the layout. Okay, come here, little one. Come here, little one. I'm chasing it around. There we go. All right, I just want to get like, I think I don't like that one there. Maybe you do need to. I feel like I'm just kind of pairing all of these up, but that one's on its own. Okay. So I wasn't too concerned about putting a lot of these on because, okay, the small ones are a little more on the white side. The larger ones here are just iridescent. So you can see the color underneath. All right, so just a little drop and drop these guys right on it. Yeah, so this glue, matte medium, On Point glue, any liquid glue, it's all about control and knowing how to use the bottle, like how much to squeeze, how much not to squeeze. It's about keeping the pin inside of this bottle so that the tip doesn't dry, because it will. This glue likes to make little bubbles. So you don't want to be like going up and down with it because it'll just fill with air. And then you'll get little bubbles, and then when they burst, they leave little clear spots behind. So you kind of actually like need to practice with your glue. All right, there we go. Gotta find my lid before I forget. So yeah, like I'm religious about putting the lid back on these kinds of glues because they really will dry up in here in no time. And sometimes this is the most frustrating part about glue. There we go. That's it. So, and you can see like there's a lot of sequins on here, but it's not always catching the light. Just, you know, a little bit of blingity bling, and it kind of helps bring the bouquet alive, right? So that's it. We've got another fantastic card, another great technique using the Positive Vibes stamp set. Awesome. Okay, guys. So a few notes. I'm going to actually flip to here so you can take a look at that while we chat and close. All right. So yes, Shakespearean, to squeeze or not to squeeze, that is the question. And it's true, because you know what? If you squeeze this glue, it is getting all over. You just kind of have to let it come out. A gentle little nudge. Never squeeze. All right. Yeah, so no fussy coloring. No, I mean, like, Totally gorgeous. And you know what's great about a slimline? You know, like what fits right in here? A $10 bill, a $50 bill, whatever. It's great for a gift card. So yeah. Oh, and you know what? If you wanted to turn this into something that had a gift card in it, I was just reminded of this the other day. Let me grab a piece of cardstock. Let's see. So 7. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to grab my scoreboard real quick. All right, so if you wanted to turn one of these into a gift card, I'll pop my scoreboard up here. All right, so this is your 8.5. So this is your long side, right? So that's that. So we're going to score at 3.5. All right, and then we're going to score at 7. All right, so what I did is I cut a piece that was 8 inches by 8.5 inches. All right, so the 8.5, of course, is getting you your length. We're going to score at 3.5 like you would normally, but then you've got this extra little flap here. All right, so let me pop that out of the way. Okay, so if you wanted to turn this into a gift card, then you just take this little flap and you're going to take some double-sided tape or any kind of double-sided adhesive that you have, or glue if you want, you know, whatever you have. The tape is the easiest. All right, so I just tape those. This is the easiest way to make a gift card enclosure for any card size. So if you have like an A2 size card, just make it slightly longer, whichever way. And then you see now I've got a little pocket here. All right, so I just took off that adhesive backing, flipped it over, and now I have a pocket. And when I fold this over, I've got my card. So if this, you know, say this was the card, then I would open it up and look, you've got a little enclosure to put a gift card or a check or whatever you want to put in there. All right, so if you wanted to turn that into a gift card, super easy to do. All right, hey, that was a bonus. Okay, so the challenge is on. First person to post a project that is either a case of today's project or inspired by today's project, and to hashtag or tag me at Pixel Mavens Retreat or hashtag Pixel Mavens Retreat. Or, you know, if you're on like a Facebook group, you might just find me, just tag me Nicole Watt. Either way, works. The first person to share their project out on social media, I will find you and I will send you one of today's cards. Doesn't matter where you live in the world, I will send it to you. All right, guys. So again, just a couple little reminders about next week. We've got our Stamp Focus private virtual workshop. I'm so excited. It's already a month later and I get to see some of your gorgeous faces again. We're going to have a great time crafting with the stamp set from the month. And we're also going to be using the Altenew metallic watercolors. And then next Thursday is our last class on YouTube here using the Positive Vibe stamp set. And then we'll move into March, where we'll have a new stamp set. And that stamp set is the, it's another Altenew set. It is the layered cupcake. So we're going to have like a birthday and celebration month, because who doesn't love cupcakes? Okay, guys. So I hope you have a wonderfully crafty weekend. I hope you pull out your Distress Oxides and do some fabulous blending, and you're sharing your projects and getting crafty and inspired. If you're in a cold part of the world, I hope that you are staying warm. If you're in a part of the world that is a little bit crazy with the electricity right now, let's hope that things level out and we have a good weekend. So I will see you guys next week. And until then, happy crafting.